beautiful dreamer. I'm so glad you're here. This is a space to rest, to dream, and to come home to yourself. I'm Susan Bruck, and I invite you to listen and receive. Simply let the sound, story, and stillness carry you into deeper peace. Hi, and welcome to the Beautiful Dreamer podcast. If we haven't met before, I am Susan, and I am so glad that you are here. This is my little meditation space, and I am so glad that you're joining me. So, in today's video podcast, I will begin telling you what I'm going to do. I'll begin by telling you what I'm going to do. Then I'm going to draw a card from the Dreamer Path Oracle deck. And then for this week, I'm going to read you my Substack post. It was inspired by a dream that I had many, many years ago that I hadn't thought about for a really long time. But it came back to me in my meditation as I was sorting through some of my old patterns of being. So yeah, I know I have shared meditations a lot in the past, and for right now, I'm feeling more called to tell stories. I like this feeling of gathering around the fire, or just this old way of sharing stories from the heart. And for me, I know, like when I feel vulnerable when I share it, that I've hit upon something that's juicy for me. So I hope you enjoy it. And we'll start. I already shuffled the cards. I'm gonna just pick a random card instead of from the top of the deck today. Dream of stars. Last week it was dream of water, and this week dream of stars, which seems like it fits well. Hello, with a writing sharing that is inspired by a dream. So let's see what I have here in my guidebook. Dream of stars. The star drifts into dreaming, dreams of blossoming, of petals becoming wings, a flower freed from earth's embrace. The star dreams of brushing your cheek with glittering butterfly kisses, of resting in a pond's reflection, of sparkling in your eyes, leaving starlight behind. The star dreams you, and through you remembers herself. And the message? The dream of stars reminds you that you are both dreamer and dream, part of the great imagination of the universe. Each thought, each act of love shimmers in the vast web of creation, lighting your way home. Dream of stars. All right. And now get comfortable, relax. If you would, if you're someplace where you can close your eyes, go ahead and close them if you want. Take a deep breath. and get ready to listen to a story. Letting go of the thought that I'm worthless seems scary. I decided to look at it as I meditated and journaled. Feeling not good enough is uncomfortable, yucky, and sticky, but I noticed that it also feels comforting in another way, as though it anchors me to the earth, and without it I would float away, going wherever the wind carries me, or maybe I would fly crazily through the air like a punctured balloon and then land on the ground an empty shell. I then saw this way of being as a sugar cube. It seems solid, it tastes sweet, but it has no nutritional value. I pictured a raccoon dipping a sugar cube in a pond to wash it, like it washes all its food before it eats, and the sugar cube dissolving into nothing. I remembered a dream I had many years ago, when Rachel was maybe a year old. In the dream, I found a whale in a swimming pool on the top floor of a hotel. The whale filled the whole pool. There were windows so it could see outside, but it couldn't touch or feel the outside. When I told it to my meditation teacher way back then, she said this dream was about Rachel, that I didn't have whale energy. This felt wrong. My feelings felt hurt, and once again I felt unseen. But at that point in my life, I was more willing to give myself over to authority to win approval. I didn't argue with her. I just felt bad. And I hadn't thought about that dream for a long time, but it was time. In my meditation, I revisited that whale in the pool way up on the top floor. She was hungry, starving, forgotten, with sores on her skin from trying to move and rubbing against the side of that small pool. She longed for the ocean. She longed for her pod, wondering if she could ever find them again, or if they even remembered her. She told me she wanted to be lifted out of the pool with a crane and then lowered into a huge glass tank filled with water. She wanted to be driven to the ocean and released, but needed that transition time. I told her we could just be there in the blink of an eye. She was afraid and weak. Would she survive back out in the ocean, find food? But she was ready to try. Anything had to be better than that tiny pool. We found a cove, a protected place with deep water where she could venture into the big ocean when she was ready. They lowered the tank into the water, removed one side, and she slid into the healing water with a deep sigh. I brought her buckets of krill and fish to eat. She wasn't ready to find her own food yet. She ate. She felt the healing begin. Salt water, sun, breeze, stars, earth, home. Once again a homecoming, freedom. And I felt a release in my belly. Has it gone forever, that tightness I felt there for a long time? Maybe, although probably not. The next day my anxiety returned. Another day when I wanted to run away from myself rather than settle in and meditate. I didn't want to settle into my body or heart. Heart breathing soothed me enough so I could sit still. I went to the ocean with whale and dolphin. I swam deeper in the healing waters, in Mother Earth's womb, coming up for air as needed. Deep, quiet, stillness, warmth, freedom. I heard, there's nothing to fix. There's nothing wrong with you, but you are going through a transition, an opening of your energy. It looked like a pipe going through my center with lots of mineral buildup so the energy could hardly flow. As the crud is released, it feels yucky, but that part's almost done, they told me. They used Super Drano, but all natural, an energetic pipe unblocker. I also thought of Whale. In her swimming pool, she couldn't use her blowhole. Now back in the ocean, she can use it again when she's ready. I also saw the image of a bottle brush scrubbing that channel from the top of my head to the base of my spine. That part tickled. And all sorts of old and yucky memories arose. Times when I didn't think I did well enough, bubbling up, loosening their grip. Let us hold you, they said. Know we love you just as you are. Be at peace. All is well. You are not broken. You are becoming. You're not alone. Breathe. Swim in the deep waters. Feel how you're held in the water of our love. In my third meditation on Whale, the dolphins came to visit Whale. They looked like crystal light, not the beverage. Glowing with pure energy, they sang to Whale, healing song, an invitation to play. In her weariness and confinement, she'd forgotten how to do both, forgot who she was. I saw Whale in the vast ocean. I saw her from so far away that she looked like part of the ocean. For all those years, I thought the whale wasn't mine. I put her out of my mind, really. Now I wonder how much of my life I've spent believing someone else knew my dreams better than I did. And when I went back for her, she was still there, still stuck in a swimming pool high above the earth. She wanted the ocean, always wanted it. But first she needed a protected cove, deep water, salt, sun, stars, enough food to regain her strength, a place where she could remember how to breathe. And then, when she was ready, the endless sea. And that is the end of today's story. Thank you so much for listening. I hope to see you again soon. If you have any thoughts or comments or dreams you'd like to share, please leave them in the comments. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for listening to the Beautiful Dreamer Society podcast. Until next time, this is Susan Bruck, and I wish you healing rest, sweet dreams, and deep